Welcome to the real world. Welcome to my world.
Wow, guys, can you believe it's December already and time for another webcast? This month we want to talk to you about your stories and ours from a tour, your favorite moment during a concert or an experience that you had maybe with other fans or your friends. So we hope you enjoy our stories, and I look forward to watching this and seeing yours.
Hey, I'm Cora from Iowa, and my favorite moment on this tour was in Des Moines, Iowa, when Shim signed this sweatshirt. Thought it was so cool that he took a picture of it. Took a picture with me, even though they were saying not to that night. And when he asked me if I had a crush on him, and I turned beet red, he got up and gave me a hug.
So there was this one time I went to the UK shows that Sick Puppies were doing with Maddie, and after a show, we'd had to help with the signing, help with pictures, help with everything, just like we usually do. We enjoyed it very much, and we were going to take a train back to where our hotel was. We're all hot and all whatever, and we figure out which train we have to take, and we go to get some water out of the machine. And then the train that is at the platform that we need to leave off of, the whistle gets blown. We start panicking, and we run towards the train, and we get on it. And like a couple minutes into the train ride, we realized that we're on a non-stop train to Leeds, which is totally not the train we're supposed to be on. And we talked to the conductor, and he manages to get the other conductor to get the train to stop and drop us off in like the middle of nowhere. And we had to run into this bar that was closing and get a taxi number and have a taxi take us back to the hotel.
My favorite story from a tour took place. It has nothing to do with me, the band. Well, it does have to do with the band, but it has to do with a perfect stranger. And one of my favorite things about going to shows. So it was in Colorado Springs a couple years ago, and the band was doing an in-store performance at a local record store, and there was, long line to meet the band, and there was this girl. She was so shy, such a timid little thing, and adorable as she could be, and so scared and shy that she was almost turning inside herself. She was just that timid looking, but she caught my eye because of that, and I kind of watched her, and as she progressed to the front of the line, she got to say hello to Mark and Emma and Shim and shake their hands, and she would barely talk to them, and Shim asked her, where's your camera? What, how do you, take the picture, basically, and she, in the quietest voice you can imagine, told him that she had gotten in trouble and lost her privileges just the day before, and so she couldn't have her phone, which had her camera on it. And the hug that Shim gave her was just super, super cool. It just was one of the best moments of me getting to watch the band interact with someone who truly loved them. And as she walked away, she was in tears, but smiling as big as she could. And that was a really great experience. And the only thing I regret about that is that I did not jump in and offer to take her picture for her and try to convince her and her family that I was a safe person to give email addresses to so I could get that picture to her. But that is my favorite story. That's why I love doing what I do here. I like watching the band interact with the fans, so pretty much all of my favorite tour stories are going to revolve around that.
My favorite concert was last May in St. Louis. It was storming, raining, we were all drenched and drowning. So we huddled in a car together to wait out the rain, and we were hoping that Sick Puppies set would not be delayed or canceled. Finally, the rain let up and the Sick Puppies went on stage, and it was fabulous. All of the fans gathered in the mud, and we sang our hearts out, and it was so much fun. We also got to meet a lot of other ambassadors and a lot of world crew members, and everybody had a blast.
Well, I had so many great experiences going to Sick Puppies concerts this year. There was one moment that really sticks out as being my favorite thing that happened during the tour, and that was in Kansas City this past April. During Nothing Really Matters, Shim was working the crowd up for the bounce off, and not everybody was in the pit like he wanted them to be, so he takes off his guitar, hands it to the tech, and jumps off the stage with his microphone, and he's running around the venue, encouraging people in the microphone, telling them to get ready to really have a moment and share a moment together. And while he's doing this, he's grabbing a hold of everybody and kind of pulling them up into the pit, and he got all of them. It was something to see.
My tour story comes from a concert in Tucson, Arizona in October of 2010. The reason it's my favorite show that I was at, Shim singled me out in the crowd and asked for my sunglasses, which I gladly gave to him. He even wore them for a few songs before throwing them back to me.
Way to go, Renzon from the Netherlands, Ambassador of the Month for October. Renzon helps out with a lot of our voting tasks, and he's on the Pups Pep Squad. Also on the Pups Pep Squad is our Ambassador of the Month for November, Katie. Katie's from New Hampshire, and she also helps out with newsletter input and other tasks. Way to go, you guys. Congratulations.
The December contest is all about song lyrics. Be the first one to email us with the correct answers to all of these, and you could be a winner.
Another year has come and gone again. Look around and think, where have you been? Trace the lines on your face tonight, and don't forget that this will pass in time. It's cold out this morning,